Hey folks, Poverty Point Customs here. Well, this is my AGT Industrial QK16r mini excavator. So what we're going to do today is the first oil change on the engine. So this engine is the Rado R420D, and it's 420cc 15 horsepower. So this engine calls for 1.1 liters of 10W30 motor oil, so I'm going to be using Mobil 1 10W30 full synthetic. You'll need a 12mm socket, a funnel, some paper towel, and a little container to catch the oil, which will actually go right under there. And that's your oil drain plug right there. And that's your fill right here. So before we change the oil, we're going to start it up and let it warm up for a minute or two. So what I did is actually tilted the excavator back a little bit like this. That way when the oil is draining out, it's going to drain out cleaner into my little bucket I'm going to put right here. What I'm going to do first is take a little container and put it right under here. And then before you put more oil in it, you can actually pull back on your hydraulics with the engine off and drop it down so it's level. Now, because this is my first oil change, I do have an oil extractor where I could literally stick the tube in here and drain the oil, but I want to make sure I drain everything, especially at the very bottom of the crankcase into there. So what I'll do is I'll take my oil extractor right there, and before I take this out, I'll drain most of the oil out. Again, I want to get all the oil, and if there's any metal debris or whatnot in there, we want to get that out. So we're going to remove the drain plug. Again, it's 12mm. And you can take out your oil fill cap, and it drains it out quicker. And the reason I'm doing this says very few hours on it, but with this oil I have no idea what grade or quality oil it is in it, so we're going to get out this old oil. Again, some people call it like a shipping oil. Alright, so it's done draining, so we can reinstall the drain plug. Now this is not magnetic, but you want to make sure it's nice and clean and the washer's in good condition. So I'm going to release the hydraulics to lower it. So just taking a look at the oil here, it's not too bad. There's a little bit of sparkly stuff in it, but barely any, especially for the first oil change. Now I drained most of the oil out of this with the oil extractor when it was under here, but you are able to maneuver your little pan or whatnot up through the side here and out this way. So what we're going to do next is put our funnel in. So we're going to put in approximately 1 liter, and a lot of people will fill it till it's about halfway up the threads. So we'll see how much 1.1 liters takes it. I use a measuring cup. It's easier to pour than a big jug, and you know exactly how much you're putting in. Alright, so that's exactly 1.1 liters. You can see it's right to the top of the thread, so we're going to put in the oil fill cap. So we're going to start the excavator, let it run, and we'll check for leaks. So I've let it run for a minute, so I'm going to pop off the oil fill cap and just check the level. It's also a good time to go through and grease all your grease fittings. I still need to change these ones. to the standard fittings. So I'll go through and grease the machine. As well, you want to check your hydraulic fluid level. This one seems a tad bit low, so I'll check that. I'll probably end up swapping out my fluid to a more, probably a better fluid than what came in it too at a later date. And there you go. Literally takes minutes to do and only takes roughly 1.1 liters of oil, so it's quite cheap. I'll be doing this every year minimum, as well probably every 15-20 hours for the amount of time that I would put on this, so whatever comes first. Again, it's very cheap to do, and literally all you need is a 12mm socket. Anyways, like always, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you have any suggestions, comments, or possible ideas for upcoming videos, make sure you post them below. Really appreciate watching. Take care.